When I was younger, think around early to mid-teens, my dad and I used to take these trips. I use the word trips lightly, as they were really just a drive, sometimes lasting 30 minutes, sometimes lasting nearly 2 hours. Oftentimes these drives would lead us to the country or some small town that was on the outskirts of my city. There was never any point to it, other than spending time together or the off chance something neat would catch our eye and we'd pull over to check it out. Most times there'd be nothing, open fields, houses, animals, maybe a garage sale or something, all on these long winding country roads. One time actually ended up with my dad surprising me with my first car. I believe it was an early 90s Chevy Camaro, a nice hot red one at that. It didn't have any parts inside, and it was going to be a project for us. The reason I bring this up is because a game came out recently that unearthed these memories, one that encapsulated the free feeling of exploration and no pressures and wonder. Just you and what's in front of you, learning new things and seeing what the world has to offer. The game I'm talking about, of course, is Sable. If you haven't heard of Sable yet, you're in for a treat. Its premise is quite simple. You play as Sable going out on her own to find her purpose in a huge alien desert. A personal journey that can last, honestly, as long as you want it to. Along the way, you meet a vast amount of interesting individuals and things to do. You collect masks that represent the different ways of life or jobs that you could possibly take on, varying from the merchant to jobs like the cartographer or entertainer. But I'm not here to break down the game or even review it. What I really want to talk about is my experience with it and how I feel it'll stick with me for some time. And that, I hope if you haven't already, you get your experience out of Sable too. Outstretched before you in Sable is a vast, open desert filled with vegetation, strange creatures, friendly and not so friendly faces. There's crashed ships the size of whales, some even bigger than that. Mysterious objects are scattered across it for you to find and learn about. The sun and the moon offer different shades to the world that makes everything worth seeing more often just to see how it shapes it all so differently. This world, the atmosphere, these things are also incredibly beautiful. I honestly don't think it'd take you that long to get sucked into what the devs created. The game is just so lovely to look at that it just oozes charm and mystery, no matter where you are on the map. I wrote the previous blurb a few months back when Sable was released and I finished my playthrough. The original plan was to go even more in depth with my experience and everything I felt, but I just couldn't get myself to finish it. Mostly for two reasons. One being a bit obvious is that I faced writer's block and had a real lack of vision or ambition for the video, and to an even bigger extent my channel. The other reason happened after a realization, that I felt Sable is just one of those games best experienced by yourself and as blindly as possible. It ended up being one of my top games of 2021 for a reason, but going on and on about it would just kind of go against the point of the game. So instead, I wanted to take the script in a different route and just tell anyone that ends up watching the video to just go play it. Tell me about your path in the comments or Twitter or something. Share your experiences. It was arguably one of the most relaxing yet moving things I experienced last year. So while this video is going to be short and honestly might not be the best quality, I still wanted to make something and just hope someone out there tries it and gets a fond memory out of it. Thanks for watching.